are Dub fans at right now? Are you still asleep? You got to win over a team that was over 500, one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Now, I don't think Milwaukee's a title team. They got some flaws on that squad. I'm not liking what I'm seeing there.
Can we stop right there?
They have been better under Doc Rivers, but the X factor is Chris Middleton. And if he's not right, they can't go anywhere.
There's a Middleton factor. I think in a vacuum, Dame's a better player than Drew Holiday. But when we talk about assembling a team,
the fit.
I don't know, man. Holiday was a very important player for them.
It was a great fit for them.
And he was. And like the defensive element that he brings, they're very different. They're just different.
No doubt they are.
I don't know if
different.
They're better, though. I'm talking about playoff championship.
Yeah, I don't know if they're better either.
Okay, I'm just curious.
If they play Boston, right, I think Boston wipes the floor with them.
I do too.
But I also don't think they could beat Miami. I think Miami would have something for them.
I'm not sure about that.
Cleveland, we'll see. They've got some injuries. I do like the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, yeah, that's the thing. What if Embiid's healthy with Philadelphia? And he may not be right.
I mean, Maxi's been outstanding. Who's guarding Maxi in that?
If Embiid's right, I like Philly over Milwaukee. I really do. As this segment is sponsored by Golden State Lumber, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. And look, man, we're not talking titles. We're not going to talk titles after a regular season game. That's not what we're doing on the roast today. But what we are doing is we're saying out loud, Shasky and I, that we both believe this team can make a deep run in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
I don't fear a team in the Western Conference. Now, the Karl Anthony Towns, there's conflicting reports right now. Shams Charania is saying that it's a torn meniscus. Woj is saying that, hey, it's a meniscus injury. He may not miss any time. We'll see about that. But damn, I'm just feeling good about the Dubs and where they're at. They're playing their best basketball when they need to play their best basketball. Now, those 5 games against Dallas and the Lakers are going to tell us a lot, right? They're going to tell us whether or not they're going to be a 7, 8, 9, or 10 seed. You want to stay out the 9, 10 range. But if you could get to 7 and 8 or only 6, but if you don't get to 6 spot, you get to 7 and 8, you have 2 games to play with there. I feel good about the Warriors' chances in a couple rounds here. That's all I'm saying. They're playing their best basketball this season. I would go ask other fan bases. And Joe Witten, who's working with the Clippers, and he works under Lawrence Frank. I'll chop it up with him, and he goes, man, Bonte.
Is that even considered a name drop? It's so obscure?
Yeah, no, not really.
Okay, keep going.
Just know somebody in the executive office with the Clippers, that's all. We were talking, he goes, look, if we had to play the Warriors in the first round, we'd have a headache. We it would just be a headache. Don't really want to deal with Steph Curry in the first round of the playoffs, right?
So he said it that bluntly.
I mean, there you go. Talk to other execs. Yeah, we don't really want to play the Warriors in the first round. They still have that Steph Curry guy. They still got Clay shooting.
Think about where this man has come from. Spadoni and Loveman, just for a second, can we just pause? This man went from talking to high school coaches and players on the sidelines at Kezar of a Turkey Bowl game to having sources in multiple front offices, high-ranking executives across the board. You sound like Cowherd. I texted with some high-ranking executives.
I don't you talking to me?
Look, I don't talk to my. Hey, I guarantee you, some of y'all, when Draymond hit the 2 threes, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'll admit this on the air. When he hit 2 threes in the fourth, and the way he was playing in the fourth quarter, I said, damn, I think we're going to get Draymond Green, bully.
It's always fun game.
Hey, Mully, take it away with Draymond.
Oh, man. How would that have gone? Anyway.
So your high-ranking executive friends.
I mean, there's a lot of people in the league, not even just executive friends. People, broadcasters, beat writers, you name it. Yeah, we really don't want those Warrior problems. They're telling me this. They're telling me this when they're not winning 14 of their last 18. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
How good did you feel about your 16-game prediction? Of the final 22, you predicted 16-6. Or no, 17-5.
Yeah, I went a little overboard there. But you know
feel
what?
Good about it, though.
I do feel good about it. They're playing the brand of basketball like on any given game. They know what time it is. They can smell the finish line, Shasky.
If they can finish this month... Let's say what they go with what I had them at, which was 14-8. Let's just say hypothetically, they would go 13-4 prior to that, 14-8. I might make the argument to finish a season. That's the best 2-month stretch they've had to end a year, going back to 2019.
Yeah, because they didn't end the you're great in the
22.
championship
No, they
season.
kind of limped in.
But they won 6 straight going into
Yeah, I'm
the 5
talking about
straight. But like,
health-wise.
health-wise.
I mean, Curry was coming off the bench.
Yeah, we didn't know where Draymond
back?
Green's back was. Yeah, no.
So what I'm saying is, like, we talk about, you got to play your best ball. And they're playing their best ball right now.
Right.
That's a good thing.
I see a lot of Jokic's. Just wait till he gets put in every single action in the playoffs.
I want Denver.
Yeah, I do too.
I want Denver. I think Denver's more afraid of us than we are of them.
Well, again, high-ranking officials saying we know for a fact Denver was worried about the Warriors last year if they advanced in the West Finals. So,
plus, I think Mike Malone's a little much. I think he's a great coach. He talks a little too much, so I definitely want to tamp him down a little.
That would be fun. Oh, I don't fear. I honestly, God, man, I'm sitting here. Why, Warrior fans? You fear anybody in the West? Seriously,
I believe
14-4 in their last 18. Now, if they do go 17-5 in their last 22 and they're 1-0 so far, that means they would be 30-9 in a 39-game stretch. It sounds absurd, right? But it could happen. We saw it a couple years ago with Boston. It could happen. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm like nodding my head and I'm in agreement.
You're feeling it right now.
You're feeling it. Pete, they played basketball last night brilliantly. Would they have 13 or 14 block shots?
13 block shots.
I can't remember the last time this team had 13 or 14 block shots.
Season high.
Even during the great years, the dynastic, we're winning 66 by birthright years. I don't remember them blocking that many shots. The ball movement yesterday was brilliant. The ability to hit in the transition game and then also be able to just knife you apart in the half-court game, and then defensively on the perimeter, I thought they were amazing in terms of communication and switching and helping. And then handling a big as great as Giannis is, they check. I know it's one game, and everyone, one game, Shevsky. But these are outlier dudes. This is a core that the league has never seen.
Right.
They've never seen 3 guys play 10 years together.
No.
They haven't seen 2 Hall of Famers who could still play coming off the bench with some youngsters that right now, these look like Grand Slam hits.
Trace Jackson Davis,
looks like an unbelievable draft pick.
Pods looks like a great pick. And how about this?
And Kuminga, we always knew there was something there, but now you're starting to see it come to fruition.
Well, how about this, Shasky? They just won a game by 35 points. They made 4 free throws.
Oh, well, the free throw disparity. I mean,
4-7 from the free throw line.
Don't even.
They still won by 35.
At one point, it was like 15-0.
Oh, it was bad.
Or whatever. It was something like that.
Fitz was about to break his micro. He was not happy with some of the fouls.
So you bring up Fitz. I was oscillating between
Mike Breed,
you guys, and Bob. I'm going to admit it. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I know I was cheating with you, but Bob Myers, it was more of a muted telecast than I anticipated. Mm-hmm. I prefer my Fitz and Buki animation sensation.
Right. Tornado moves.
I love it. I mean, just expose him.
Expose him.
He's reduced the amount of exposure this year, Kalena.
What about Kalena when he always goes, man, and they're just going dumb hard. I was like, Kalena's been in the Bay way too long.
Yeah, we haven't used dumb in 12 years. But I love Kalena. But Bob Myers is obviously broadcasting the game, and I'm listening, and he said some things about Draymond Green or whatever. But I thought one of the coolest parts of the night when they came back from commercial and you saw his daughters out there, and then they showed retroactively the video montage that the Warriors did for him, and he was crying and he was emotional.
3 daughters.
I'm just a big Bob Myers fan. Yeah. I don't think he's the greatest GM who ever lived, and he did no wrong. I think he's freaking awesome, and I think he's an all-time GM in Bay Area sports history. But to see him get that ovation in front of the crowd, I thought it was so spot on by the Warriors, by Lake Up, by Brass, by everyone there, by the players, their tone, the fans. Man, I don't know. I'm just a huge Bob Myers guy. I loved it. I'm sappy, and I love that.
No, I love Bob too, man. Bob is just an incredible human being. Incredible human being. I mean, it's just he deserved that so much, and to see his 3 daughters up there, and to see the youngest one up there with the microphone.
It was great.
I mean, it almost brought tears to my eyes, man. To see Bob try to hold back the tears, and he's finally just let them go. he deserves everything. And Draymond Green was on point talking about Bob Myers last night. He spent like 4 minutes talking about Bob and how he saved his career, and he doesn't know where he'd be without Bob Myers, and how his name will be in the rafters one day. Think about that. How many guys are going to have their names in the rafters after the last 10 years? At some point, you got to put Andre Iguodala up there, right?
Sure.
Shaw Livingston gets some mention somewhere. I mean, you're probably not going to retire his number, but we're always going to remember us that way. Obviously, it's Steph, it's Clay, it's Draymond, but then Bob Myers, the executive. The head coach is Steve Kerr. Like, these guys are better guys.
Yes.
Like, we're not just talking about just regular hoopers here. We're talking statue/banner guys here. So to hear Draymond speak about Bob and everybody, Steph Curry, of course, and Steve Kerr, and to see Bob get that ovation, it was well-deserved. It hadn't dawned on me until earlier that day. It was his first time back at Chase Center doing the broadcast.
So he had never been.
He hadn't been back since that presser, in which he basically announced that he was going to step down. He was exhausted.
Imagine you going to the job site after not working there for, you've been there for, let's say, 10, 11 years.
11 years.
And then you don't work for a whole year and you come back. I can understand there's some feelings in there.
No doubt. No doubt about that.
How was the pop from the crowd?
Well, I was in the gatehouse watching most of it. I didn't even go inside the stadium yesterday.
Really?
Chasing it before the game a little bit, but
you and
during the
executives
game. No, just during the game, the gatehouse, because it's just tough walking back and forth, and you miss some action. I'm locked in. It's playoff basketball now. It's March Madness. I can't miss a possession. I can't do that. So the Warriors had 13 blocks last night. The last time they had 13 blocks was in game February 12th. 2018 against the Phoenix Suns.
Don't remember it.
They had 16 block shots and a 129-83 win. 16 block shots. David West had 4. JaVale had 3. Looney had 2. KD had 2. Steph had 1. Draymond didn't play in that basketball game. So there you go.
Wow.
It's the most blocks since 2018. Block shots. With this team, though, TJD and Kuminga coming up with 7 combined blocks. I want to hear from the calls, though, Shasky. I'm ready to get fired up.
Hey,
man.
look,
you know
I
what?
believe.
You believe? What about Nick and San Jose? Does Nick and San Jose believe? Does he believe that they're more than a 38-win team, dude? Come on, Nick.
Hey, guys, I want to just let you know how thankful I am to have you two, your keen intellect, your passion, you homers. I love it. Now, I want to start with this part that you have a daughter, man. Bob Myers with his kids, he has such a great job of having humanity and also a communicative skill that makes sense. So that's number one. Number two, the Bucks are closing in the second half, and I said to my son Gianni, this ain't going to happen. This is the new Warriors, and we stomped them out. We sucked them down like a cobra, and I love Giannis Antetokounmpo, but we beat him down, and you know what? Listen to me, boys. Listen to me. We are a 51-win team, and we are coming. We are coming for you, Boston. I love it. I love you guys. Let's go, Dogs!
That's what I'm talking about.
So they'd have to go 19-3 over the.
I'm not going that far.
18-3 over these last 21 games.
Yeah, I'm not going that far yet. But the optimism is back from Nick in San Jose.
51.
You made a deal with the devil.
Think about the roller coaster ride he's been on mentally watching his basketball team.
We are a 38-win team.
Okay, so, Lubman,
We're
you
a
ruined it.
43-win team, dude.
Say it again.
We're a 43-win team, dude. We are a 38-win team. You made a deal with the devil. Just go with the devil.
And now we're 51.